music is a totally fascinating medium, which hardly anybody really understands. I mean, there's the physics of music. For instance, the fact that an octave is entirely a doubling of a frequency. Or harmonics have a mathematical relationship to each other. And the fact that all kinds of harmonies have a physical dimension to them, which is actually a beautiful thing when you look at it on an oscilloscope. And the fact that the ooh of a flute is a perfect sine wave, whereas the e of a clarinet is a very sharp wave. It's a perfect thing which you can see, it's just squares, it's an extraordinary mathematical shape which makes sense to the human ear. The ooh sound of the sine wave has no harmonics within it at all. It's just one note. But on a piano, to get the character, we are seeing hundreds of extra harmonics created by the wood of the instrument. The resonance of all the other strings within this great big box here is creating the character of that sound. And the more harmonics you have, the more you drift towards that very E note, that very sharp note of the clarinet, which produces this square wave, the so-called square wave. So, very interesting process. But the most elusive thing is this. It's not a question of whether it's a harmony or whether it's a disharmony or a very strange combination of mathematical shapes. That's not the issue. The issue is, what does it communicate? Because all of music is about passion, it's about ideas, it's about feelings. It's about the ability of one human being to touch the soul of another. Now, the most amazing thing is to watch a really great world-class performer at work. I remember watching Yehuda Menuhin and being totally spellbound as there he was with his instrument up on the stage doing something weird. What was he doing? He was playing a note, okay? He added vibrato to it. He was moving around, so we saw his body sway in a way that we wouldn't have seen on a CD. But even on the CD, something was happening. We strip out all the visual stuff, all the advantages that we normally have in a concert of engaging with the very persona, the image, the presence of the performer. We're just left with the auditory signal. And yet something extraordinary is happening. And you can listen to hundreds of violinists playing the same three notes, and one or two of them will have this world-class, almost extra-sensory ability to move passion, energy through time and space until it shifts the very depths of your own soul. So music then is more than just the combinations of notes, which is just, again, really a mathematical symbolic representation of these harmonics here and these rhythms. It's more than that. There is something elusive, something transcendental. And it's the combinations of notes that creates mood for us, context, and hidden meaning. Now, of course, a lot of this is culturally programmed. For instance, this piano is incapable of playing Indian music. Why? Because there are all kinds of notes that I can't find here. They don't exist on these black and white notes here. I can find them on a violin, but I can't find them on the guitar because the frets are there for me. And the human being is tuned to these cultural things from, well, before birth, because most children hear music in the womb as they develop, and it shapes their emotional fabric. It connects with memories, both good and bad. And memory is a very powerful thing when it comes to the images created in the mind with music. Suddenly we're transported back to a birthday party where we were when we were 7 years old. And we can remember it vividly. We can see the birthday cake. We're suddenly there. Or we're hearing a melody which we last saw on a Greek holiday in Corfu. And again, we can smell the food, we're in the water, we're on the beach, we're there. So music is a very, very powerful thing. And that's why music has never been more popular than today. The big question though is, how do you make people pay for it? Because when most of it's canned, and almost all of it will be in the future, then what is there left? Because what is canned is free in a Wikipedia type of world where just about all creative content that can be recorded is distributed and owned collectively by the whole of humankind. That is the ethos, and that is why copyright is so hard to protect in the music industry in the online world. And with the advent of things like YouTube, Facebook, MySpace and other things like that, we're seeing a whole generation of new writers who are never really intending to produce a so-called album. What a last century idea. Or to charge for their music. How bizarre. What they want to do is to perform. They want to be seen by the maximum number of people possible. What they're interested in is paid views, song downloads, a profile, and the very fact of entertaining maybe millions of people that they have never ever met before and never will do. So live performance is really where it's going to be at. And we can expect an ever-increasing premium for the best quality bands who are producing the most marvellous live experiences, and entertainment will be everything. Whether it's a pianist with a huge orchestra, or whether it's a classical violinist, or whether it's a heavy metal band, whatever it is, we can see these changes already happening. And that's why radio programs are going to find it increasingly difficult to get audiences where you just basically have a link person who's not even there, they recorded it 1 week before, linking together with comments various songs. We want something to be live. If the music is canned, then at least let the person be live that we can talk to, ring up, interview, comment on, or whatever. We want to see that something is there, and we want to know that there's a community of people with us who are watching it or listening to the same stuff. So live TV, live radio, live performance, that's where it's going to be. And anything which gets close to that liveness will do well. And that's why things like YouTube do well. It's not just the fact that the YouTube, which I record right now, can be available to millions of people in a few seconds. It's the fact that you can comment on the YouTube video, and when I go back there online, I may put another video clip on there as well. So although I'm not totally there, I'm nearly there. I'm nearly live. You're nearly live. In this time-shifted world where things have moved from, say, voice call to SMS, from video links, live video links, to canned video clips up on YouTube. That's where it's going to be. Very exciting. A combination, therefore, of recorded stuff available more or less for free, which is contextualized with live community interaction on these amazing, crazy websites. And in the meantime, the big thing of all is live performance.